Welcome, I'm Byron Brown. I'm known as the anti-lawyer lawyer. Anti-lawyer because I'm not like a lawyer in the way I look, present, or speak. I cuss like a sailor, I'm covered in tattoos, and I'm very much blue collar. Lawyer though, because despite all of that, I'm still a lawyer. It seems like certain topics in the news never seem to die. Currently, the slap heard around the world is that topic. Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, also known as the Smith-Rock slap. I'm going to be the judge of the court of public opinion, and I'm going to provide my opinion as to who's guilty or innocent on two specific issues. The first issue is the joke and the slap, which I'm going to consider one issue. Is Rock guilty of instigating Smith with his joke, and is Smith guilty of battery? The second issue is the aftermath of the slap. Is Rock or Smith acting guilty or innocent? Without a doubt, Rock is the but-for of the entire Smith-Rock slap incident. In the law, we have a theory that can be referred to as the but-for theory. For example, but for Chris Paul being signed by the Phoenix Suns, the Suns would not be the first place team in the NBA, meaning without the first thing, you would not have the second thing. But for Rock making the joke about Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia, Smith does not walk on stage and slap Rock. Comedians making jokes is ubiquitous as the sun rising. We have seen Ricky Gervais make very crude jokes for years. He's known for it within his stand-up, and when he's hosted the Golden Globes, he has literally taken no prisoners. Here, he introduces Robert Downey Jr. as he jokes about Robert Downey Jr.'s drug issues.
He has done all those films, but many of you in this room probably know him best from such facilities as the Betty Ford Clinic and Los Angeles County Jail. Please welcome Robert Downey Jr.
Mel Gibson hasn't even been spared from Gervais's wrath, with Gervais introducing Gibson joking about Gibson's alcohol issues that related to his anti-Semitic rant.
Honestly, I like a drink as much as the next man. Unless the next man is Mel Gibson.
Neither of these instances, nor the plenty of others that have played out over the years, have resulted in someone walking on stage and slapping the person making the joke. That is, until the most recent Oscars, when Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith's alopecia.
He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right? That was a nice one. Okay.
So we hear in that clip Rock saying, and I quote, G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see you in it. All right, this was a joke. No one has ever made a reference or even hinted at the fact Rock made this joke to purposely hurt Jada Pinkett Smith or Will Smith. And this is what award shows are about, right? The host and the presenters of awards make jokes about the very powerful, famous, and rich people that are in attendance. It's the small price these people have to pay to have an entire night on top of their already amazing lives with all the glitz and glam to award themselves for their own achievements. You think they could take some jokes at their own expense. Narcissistic. But seriously, Rock is a comedian. Comedians make jokes. Comedians are known for making jokes that hurt other people's feelings. With this being said, what is acceptable 10 years ago is no longer acceptable today. Making a joke about someone's medical condition that they have zero control over is no longer tolerable. And because of this, Rock is guilty. He's guilty of making the joke that caused this entire incident. But for him making the joke, the slap never happens. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. However, he did make the joke and the slap happened. After Rock makes the joke, you can tell by his demeanor and words that something in his line of sight is not normal. And then that's when we see the camera angle change and we see Will Smith walking up, and we all sit there watch this with bated breath.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Black's Law Dictionary defines battery as, and I quote, any unlawful beating or other wrongful physical violence or constraint inflicted on a human being without his or her consent. To satisfy this definition, we essentially need two elements. First, we need an, and I quote, unlawful beating or wrongful physical violence. And the second element inflicted on a human without consent. The first element, an unlawful beating or wrongful physical violence, it's easy. We clearly have this element satisfied because Smith walks on stage, clearly smacks Rock, clearly satisfying the element of wrongful physical violence. The second element, inflicted on a human without consent. Rock's reaction immediately after the slap and the days that followed clearly shows he did not consent to the slap. Because we have a violent act without Rock's consent, Smith is guilty. At this point, Rock is guilty for the joke and Smith is guilty for the slap. So now we examine the aftermath. Who is guilty? Who is innocent in the aftermath of the Smith-Rock slap? From a schoolyard fight to a case involving capital murder, we as lawyers always look to parties' actions, behaviors, and statements after an event in determining guilt or innocence. The Smith-Rock slap is no different. Each of these parties' respective actions, behaviors, and statements, or the lack thereof, are very telling as it relates to their mental state. I'm going to examine the actions and inactions of Rock and Smith post-slap and judge their guilt or innocence. Immediately after the Smith-Rock slap, Rock did everything right. 3 things were caught on camera immediately after the slap that are important in showing Smith's guilt and Rock's innocence. First, immediately following the slap, Rock ate it. He did not have any negative reaction to Smith's attack. He could have hit him back and he didn't. Like I said, he took the slap. Even people that believe Rock is 100% at fault for this incident by instigating Smith have to agree that how he took the slap was way more innocent than guilty. Rock simply says, "Oh, wow."
Oh, wow. Wow.
Now, listen, the lawyer in me cannot resist but to point out an important observation. Let's roll the clip. Watch. As Smith walks back after the slap, he smirks. Did he smirk because this was planned? I'm not much of a conspiracy theorist, but this happened days before April Fool's Day. Who knows? But that makes Smith look more guilty than innocent. Second thing caught on camera was Rock's initial statement immediately after the slap. To seemingly lighten the mood, Rock states, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Now, after that, Smith responds. He's carrying on the incident, and he responds with this.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
Smith again yells.
Keep my wife's name out your mouth.
And Rock says,
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
Now, as Smith is yelling at Rock, again, it really seems like Smith is authentically angry. He's very angry. This clearly shows Smith's frame of mind, that of somebody who does not regret their actions. And at the same time, Rock saying, "So I could, oh," is more likely than not an emotional statement made by someone who just got slapped in their face on worldwide television and is publicly embarrassed. But at the same time, it makes it look like Rock was on the brink of verbally assaulting Smith. However, Rock was able to restrain himself, unlike Smith. Again, all of this just looks bad for Smith.
If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel.
The third thing caught on camera. It was caught on the night in question, but it was shot by someone sitting behind Smith and Jada. This footage has some people saying that it apparently shows Jada Pinkett Smith laughing after Smith slapped Rock as Smith walked back to his seat. This makes Smith, again, look as guilty as OJ. Now, there's 4 more issues I want to analyze in determining guilt or innocence in the aftermath of the Smith-Rock slap. First, was Smith asked to leave the Oscars after the slap or not? We have some back and forth on this issue. There are articles stating that the Academy asked Smith to leave, and there are articles saying that the Academy was lying when it said that Smith was asked to leave. Either way, Smith did not leave. He remained, and he won the award for Best Actor for his work as Richard Williams, the father of Vanessa and Serena Williams in the film King Richard. This makes Smith look like a jerk and guilty. Second, the LAPD was allegedly ready to arrest Smith for battery on Rock, but Rock declined to press charges. Again, if this is true, this makes Rock look very reasonable and very innocent in the aftermath of the Smith-Rock slap. Third, there is footage of Smith partying after the Oscars, seemingly with no care in the world. No guilty conscience, no embarrassment. Now, this footage should be talked about more because it clearly shows that Smith does not give a f about the slap. He does not give a f about Rock. He doesn't give a f about anything but himself. This makes him look very self-centered. And finally, the last issue to analyze in determining guilt or innocence is the aftermath of the slap apology. Does Rock owe Smith an apology? Does Smith owe Jada an apology? Does Rock owe Jada an apology? Does Smith owe Jada an apology? Does Smith owe Rock an apology? Holy cow. Smith has issued an apology through his social media, which we're showing now. In his apology, Smith recognizes his violence is poisonous and that his behavior was unacceptable. He acknowledges that part of his job is for people to joke about him. But jokes about Jada's medical condition were too much. Second still from Instagram. This is where he states, I would like to publicly apologize to Chris. Publicly? Anyways, then he goes on to apologize to the Academy, the people that were in attendance at the night of the Oscars, everybody watching, and his King Richard family and the Williams family. His King Richard family is a reference to the movie wherein he played Serena and Vanessa Williams' father, Richard. He concludes by stating, I am a work in progress. It was 100% correct for Smith to issue an apology. Posting an apology on social media may be appropriate for everybody, but not Rock. Meaning, since you publicly humiliated Rock by slapping him in his face, the least you could do is apologize to his face. The fact that Smith didn't apologize the night in question, in and of itself makes him look guilty. To further the fact that Smith was not personally apologized to Rock to date, makes him look double guilty. I do not believe that Rock owes Smith an apology. If Rock owes anybody an apology, it's Jada. However, after Jada's husband slapped Rock in the face, I don't believe it's very reasonable to think that Rock owes Jada an apology. Jada literally got her pound of flesh when her husband defended her honor by slapping Rock in the face and humiliating him on live TV worldwide. The court of public opinion has spoken. When it comes to the joke, Rock is guilty. He's guilty because in this day and age, you cannot joke about someone's medical condition, whether it's an award show or not. When it comes to the slap, Smith is guilty. No matter the words of other people, nothing justifies you slapping another person in the face. We must be cool. In the aftermath of the Smith-Rock slap, Smith has not conducted himself in a manner that one would associate with someone with an innocent mind. Smith never apologized to Rock on the night of the slap. Smith should have excused himself from the Oscars immediately after the slap. Smith is shown out partying up a storm after the Smith-Rock slap, showing clearly no remorse. Finally, Smith's Instagram apology is fake news. It means nothing if you're Rock. A face slap deserves an apology to that person's face, not a generic apology issued through Smith's Instagram. This is simply just another slap in the face. Yes, Rock should not have made the joke about Jada's alopecia. However, Smith was completely out of line by unlawfully slapping Rock in his face. Smith's guilt is further complicated by his actions and inactions after the Smith-Rock slap. Through Smith's actions, he showed no remorse, no repentance. In fact, he's shown the opposite. The smirk as he walked back to his seat after the slap, the refusal to leave the Oscars when asked, the failure to apologize to Rock the night in question or any day since the night in question solidifies Smith being guilty. Hey, I appreciate your support, especially since you're still watching. Please share, comment, and subscribe. Peace.